It's me. It's that good old Quadruple B. And we're back here live here on the World Wrestling Podcast. And we got some more to cover. We got to cover TLC. And then we got a bunch of other important stuff to cover. So.
Yeah, like I said before the break, I don't even know if I want to cover the TLC pay-per-view. It's garbage. Like we've talked about some garbage pay-per-views in the past, bro, but this is like the shit cake pay-per-views.
Pretty much anything WWE.
You know what's not being defended at this pay-per-view?
The world title?
Brock Lesnar's title, of course.
You know, hold on.
SmackDown Live Championship.
Hold the fucking phone, Sean. I know I've mentioned it a couple of times tonight, guys, but I just want to bring this back up. Hold on one second. Yeah, I'll do that. But, you know, one second. I'm trying to do something. But, go ahead, Sean. Talk for a minute. I'm sorry, I got interrupted there. I need to do something real quick. You go ahead.
No worries. So, the WWE title isn't being defended. Brock Lesnar's not defending the Universal title, or vice versa. Bray Wyatt has the Universal title now. Lesnar has the WWE title. However it's working, neither fucking main title is being defended, which is absolute bullshit. But we got the Raw Tag Team Championship on the line. The Viking Raiders have issued a open challenge. I honestly can't think of. It'll probably be like the Authors of Pain. That's who I'm really thinking is going to accept their open challenge. We got Seth Rollins that just turned heel. He's partnered himself up with the Authors of Pain. What better way to get the momentum rolling in their favor than to throw the titles on them potentially? Whoever it is, it should be a good match. The Viking Raiders are freaking awesome. I've been a big fan of them since they were in New Japan as War Machine. So I'm thinking that the Viking Raiders will still hold on to their title at the end of the night. Next, we have the SmackDown Championship on the line. New Day versus the Revival. Fuck the Revival. So I think the New Day will hold on to their titles. There's been a lot of rumors going around that the Revival's about to their contract's about to expire or something like that, and they haven't re-signed, and the rumor is they don't want to re-sign. And so if that is true, I don't see them putting the titles on the Revival. Then we got a tables match, Rusev versus Bobby Lashley, and I hope this ends this horrible fucking feud between these two, because this has been like the absolute worst storyline I've seen since Hornswoggle was supposedly Vince McMahon's son. Like, this is a way worse than when, like, Lyndon McMahon was all like, paralyzed in the wheelchair.
That's a wonderful description.
He was like, he was shagging Trish Stratus and stuff.
Oh,
this is worse than all of that put together.
Is this
like
worse than the Starship Pain?
No, because then it would be really good if it was Starship Pain. But this whole storyline between Rusev and Bobby Lashley and Lana, it's absolute ridiculous. And I really hope Rusev puts Bobby Lashley through a table and just fucking ends this feud. They'll probably keep dragging it out because, you know, that's what Vince does. But my money's on Rusev to win. And just throwing it out there, Bobby Lashley, grow some goddamn eyebrows. Why don't you?
Yeah.
Up next, we got...
Hold on. Before you move on to the next match, because I got interrupted earlier, so I couldn't say what I needed to say. But it's just funny, the correlation between... Because, I mean, I know it sounds vain, but I've been listening to like I said, listened to a lot of our old podcasts this week. At least goddamn 5 episodes of old podcasts, and it's just funny because the last one that I listened to was like from August of 2018, and it was the same shit. You were just like, yeah, so Lesnar's not defending the fucking title again because he's holding the fucking thing hostage. It's just funny that you say that
It's
shit
the
again.
same thing.
It's the same fucking thing, man. It's the same fucking
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. A year later, and we're still in the same. Like, Roman Reigns is headlining WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar's not defending his title. Like, who knew?
And you wonder why I don't fucking watch WWE anymore, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is the TLC pay-per-view, and 1, 2, 3 matches on the card have a TLC stipulation. The Rusev and Bobby Lashley's a tables match. I'll get to the next 2 matches that are both TLC matches here in a moment. But other than that, every other match is just a normal freaking match. And I know we bitch about this every time, but
every time.
Yeah, but then up next we got Aleister Black versus WWE's best kept secret, Buddy Murphy. This is going to be a freaking phenomenal match. Right here is the only reason I would watch TLC, just for this match alone, because Aleister Black is freaking amazing, and Buddy Murphy has made a fan of me ever since he straight up took it to Roman Reigns. He's a great wrestler. This should be a phenomenal match. I'm calling it right now. This is the match of the night.
That's Buddy Murphy versus who?
Aleister Black.
So it's just sad how Buddy Murphy's career will never go anywhere as long as he's in WWE. If they took him to AEW, though, him and Kenny Omega, they could have some great matches.
I believe it, man. They both do that ripcord knee like no other.
I don't know what it is about the ripcord maneuvers, because I've become such a fan of the Rainmaker clothesline from Okada, and such a fan of Kenny Omega's ripcord knees and his regular just knee shots, his V triggers and shit. Fucking love it.
I want to see Kenny Omega versus Buddy Murphy versus Matt Riddle. The battle of the freaking ripcord knees, bro.
Oh, just be knees everywhere. Just be fucking knees.
That'd be phenomenal. So I'm calling it that's the match of the night.
It probably will be.
Up next, we got Bray Wyatt versus The Miz. Bray Wyatt not putting his title on the line. Him and The Miz, he's been like doing some like, remember DDP when he was stalking Sarah? Like that whole feud with him and Undertaker. This reminds me exactly of that, but it's the Fiend like stalking Maurice, and like they got their child involved in it. So it's been a pretty like dark storyline. It hasn't been bad, but I think if you're gonna book your champion on a pay-per-view card, put the fucking title on the line. Then we got our first TLC match, Roman Reigns versus this whole match is just a fucking word vomit versus King Corbin. Ugh. It's going to be a TLC match. Although, this will be the only time you will ever hear me say this. I'm going to give Baron Corbin some praise right now, because not last night, but last Friday, him and who's been coming out with him?
Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, him and Dolph Ziggler, yeah. They straight like handcuffed Roman Reigns over the ring post and like straight poured dog food over him, like just like covered him in dog food. And I was like, yes! I was like, the big dog got his freaking lunch. Like it was heavenly. So I got to give him a little inkling of a good job for that, but still, fuck you, Baron Corbin. Fuck you, Roman Reigns. I hope you both lose. Um, so yeah, they have the TLC match, and then the women's championship match will be the Kabuki Warriors versus Becky Lynch and Charlotte. So it's for the women's tag team titles. I think Charlotte and Becky Lynch are going to go over, and yet again, Becky Lynch will be the champ, like she rightfully deserves. And you heard who they're going against, right?
Who?
The Kabuki Warriors.
Oh, God, the goddamn racist fucking
The
Warriors.
Kabuki Warriors.
I'm sorry. I feel like that's just the most racist fucking thing I've ever heard. You know, I just think that the Kabuki Warriors is got to be the most stereotypical Japanese type name for a wrestling tag team. They should just call them the Oriental Express. I mean, they really should just fucking call them the Oriental Express.
But they already had the Oriental Express.
Yeah, but fuck it. I mean, if you're gonna go stupid,
Vince had to get racist in a new creative way.
I don't know. You know, I heard people aren't feeling the word Oriental anymore. It's become a fucking it's almost like the N-word now.
Really?
Yeah, people are legit getting upset about it.
People get upset over everything anymore. So
I just don't understand it. Like, it means from people from the Orient. That's legit. If you break it down and look at the definition, it means like persons or peoples residing or migrating from the Orient.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody use like Oriental in like a racial way.
Come to find out,
there's a lot of other racial slurs that you can use to describe them. I will not throw them out on air.
No,
because the World Wrestling Podcast does not condone racial anything.
We may make jokes and stuff. When it comes down to nitty gritty, neither one of us are racist, or sexist
at all.
Yeah. I mean, you are a Donald Trump fan, so, but, fact is, there are actually more white people that are happy about this word, or were happy about this word getting, outlawed and stuff, than there were Asians, from what I gather.
Wow.
I mean, the people that I heard this on a Jim Cornette podcast, I think. And he was saying that, the people that he had talked to...
Oh, Jim Cornette's going to talk about race on his podcast.
You know what? Let's talk about...
He got NWA pulled off the air.
Hold on. Well, we got to finish going over the card first, and then we'll talk about Jim Cornette for just a moment. I got a couple more things to cover.
That's the TLC card.
Oh, none of it. Look, I was kind of looking at some of the card on my phone and stuff as you're going through it, and none of it even sounded impressive enough to make me look up from my phone here because it was just that fucking bad.
Yeah. Like I said, Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy will be the match of the night. Other than that, I'm not even going to watch this pay-per-view. I'll watch the highlights on YouTube because a flaming pile of shit is what this pay-per-view is.
Anyways. So, okay, fine. Let's talk about the Jim Cornette deal. So, okay, obviously, I can already tell you're kind of on the bandwagon as far as he's a racist, he's this, he's that. Is that what you're going to go with?
I'm on the bandwagon that Jim Cornette is just a piece of shit human in general.
Okay, so you're on the
bandwagon.
Whether
he's a racist, whether he's anything, I'm on the bandwagon that he's just a piece of shit person. Fuck Jim Cornette.
Before this happened, how did you feel about Jim Cornette?
Fuck Jim Cornette.
What stemming fucking evil thing did Jim Cornette do to you to make?
He's just out of touch, man. I heard the shit he was talking about, Seth Rollins and
Seth Rollins
other wrestlers, and freaking
he cannot.
Who the fuck? Jim Cornette isn't even relevant anymore. He has no room to be talking as much shit as he does.
I personally like Jim Cornette, actually. I do think his opinions are
just
wrong.
His voice just nails on a chalkboard. I'm just fuck
give me a
Jim
cheeseburger, motherfucker. Some extra mayonnaise on it, motherfucker. I got you. I understand that. But no, okay, so I'm actually a fan of Cornette. Have always been a fan of Cornette. Now, when everything first happened,